The fastest growing, most popular, general purpose, extremely easy, and a beginner friendly programming language. Hello, dear children, welcome to the world of Python, the programming language to which I'll introduce to all of you in this video session. Meet the man behind Python, Guido van Rossum. Python has an interesting history, children. It was conceived in the late 1980s as a successor to the ABC programming language. Its initial implementation started in December 1989 at CWI in Netherlands. Its first version was published in February 1991, which was followed by version 1.0 in January 1994, 2.0 in October 2000, and 3.0 in December 2008. An interesting history. Okay, let's see how Python got its name. Every programming language, children, has a story behind its name. C language was so called because it succeeded B language. C++ was so called because it was an incremented version of C language. Java, after initial names like Oak and Green, was finally called Java after Java Coffee, a coffee from Indonesia. Python too has an interesting story behind its name. Pythons are snakes, and the Python logo illustrates just that. Two snakes, a blue one and a yellow one. But this is not the reason behind the name Python. Guido van Rossum was a big fan of a BBC comedy series from the 70s known as Monty Python's Flying Circus. When he was developing Python, he wanted to give a short, unique, crisp, and a slightly mysterious name to his language, to his new language. And this is where he got the idea from. As he was a big fan of this comedy series, he decided to name his programming language Python. This is how Python got its name. Interesting, isn't it? Let's see the application areas where Python is being used. I told you that it is the fastest growing programming language and it is a general purpose programming language. Why it is fastest growing programming language? See the number of domains across which Python is being used. Fine. AI and machine learning, web development, data sciences, gaming, data analysis, data visualization, applications for mobile, GUIs, desktops, business, scientific, and numeric applications. This is just, a very, this thing sorted out list in front of you where you can make out the various application domains where Python is being used. Children, see, it's a general purpose programming language. Why I call it general purpose? It's not confined to one type of application domain. See the variety of application domains across which it is being used. Fine. And these are also the various career options for a Python developer. For you as a Python developer, you can take up any of these as a career option. Fine. So as it is being used across so many things, and these things are being used in our daily lives, Python is growing at a very fast rate. Fine. So I hope you'll be, in my future tutorials, I'll tell you, in my future tutorials, I'll be throwing light on each of these domains so that, you also get an idea how Python works over here. Fine. Now let's see who uses Python. Very popular websites, very popular organizations are making use of Python. See for yourself. See, children. I am sure you will be able to identify all these logos that have appeared on your screen. You have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, IBM, Yahoo, Uber, Spotify, Netflix, Amazon, Pinterest, Dropbox, Quora, NASA, Reddit, and, of course, Google. See why Python is so popular. Python is so popular because all these organizations are using Python either as their main programming language or as a major programming language as a programming language in their major operations. Fine. So this is how, if you can see it for yourself, if these organizations are making use of Python, how user friendly it would be, how popular it would be, and how effective it would be. Fine? Okay? Let's proceed. Why as a user? The most important question. Why as a beginner you should learn Python? See beta, when Python was developed, it was developed with one goal. And that goal was to keep aside everything, remove everything that was complex, and bring down the focus only to things that were necessary. So this made Python a language that was easy to read, easy to write, and easy to learn. See, when you are able to read a language easily, you will be able to write down code in it easily. Fine, you are able to understand it. And when you are able to read and write code in it easily, you will definitely pick it up very fast. फाइन सी एक सिंपल सा प्रोग्राम है बेटा हेलो वर्ल्ड का प्रोग्राम. वो हेलो वर्ल्ड का जो प्रोग्राम है वो बहुत लैंग्वेजेस में लिखा जाता है व्हेन अ लैंग्वेज प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज इज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड टू द न्यूकमर्स. सी दिस इज हाउ सी राइट्स इट. Hello world. My task is only to print hello world on the screen. This is how C++ writes it. And this is how Java writes it. What is my main focus? What is my main requirement? To print hello world on the screen. Fine. But to be able to print that, I have to write down certain things that are not related to that printing. Fine. So I must also, as a Java programmer, I must also know that what is the meaning of all these lines. Or as a C++ programmer, I need to know what is the meaning of all these lines that are not being used to print hello world. Fine. But see how simple it is to write this thing in Python. In Python, you will simply write print hello world. Nothing before that, nothing after that. If you have to print hello world, there's just one line code statement that says print hello world. Can you just make it out for yourself how easy it is now? Your focus is only on the required thing and you have removed everything complex beta from this code. Fine. This is the beauty of Python. Let's take another example. If I have to add two numbers, children, this is how I'll code it in Java and this is how I'll code it in C++. Okay. See, just my simple requirement is to take two numbers from the user, add them up and show their sum. But look at the length of the code. Look at the length of the code beta. And now see it for yourself, the length of Python code. See, simple 4-line code. I could have even reduced it to 3-liner also. See how close it is to human language. Input करना है दो numbers को will write input. ठीक है, उनको add किया, process किया और sum को print करा दिया. Nothing complex to be added before the code, nothing complex to be added after the code, and the code length is so short. This is one more advantage of Python, that the same code when you are coding in other languages will be lengthier as compared to Python, where it will be much short, because Python was developed with the goal of removing everything complex and narrowing down the focus to things that were necessary. This is why for the starting tutorial, as a beginner, the only thing that you now need to first of all understand, without going into the complexities of the features of Python, you just need to understand that Python is damn easy. It is a language for beginners. Even little children can learn it. And शायद ये बनी ही इसलिए है जिससे लोगों के अंदर से प्रोग्रामिंग का डर निकल सके, लोग ये कॉन्फिडेंट हो सके कि yes, even I can program. ठीक है? So this is all about Python. As an introduction to you, I'll be in my next video, I'll focus on the features of Python. Fine? And this is going to be, a beautiful journey, children. Today we are starting with it, and I hope we'll make beautiful memories in this field of Python. You will learn from me, and I will learn from you, and together we will make this journey a beautiful one. Thank you so much for listening to me. God bless you. Till we meet again. Happy learning.